Hey y'all, Jeff back again. Um, Big ol' stack again because I've been working from home. I'm gonna try to front load it this time, so all the newer and more obscure stuff in the front, and the purgy stuff towards the back. Make it a little more user friendly. See how that goes, and yeah, I'll try to get some more spotlight type videos out soon, or contest or something. Have a little more time these days for some things, but I'm still I don't know. It's just finding less time to get to videos that we're watching. I don't know how that's working out. Anyway, jumping in. Reissue. It's dropped by record store locally to pick this up because I didn't want to pay for all the crazy shipping because it's a local band. Moss Icon. I forgot the title of this one. Liberium Wits and Libation Fly. Okay. Um, so this band is from my hometown, Annapolis, Maryland, just outside of DC. Um, so really early example of emo, kind of that late 80s, I think, to early 90s. I did get the chance to see these guys before. Great band. Super duper album. I can't recommend this one enough. If you like hardcore, like early emo. Yeah, if you like Hoover, you'd like this. It's in that kind of vein. So Moss Icon reissue. This is just the black vinyl. There are some color variants floating around too. But yeah, I got what they had at the shop. Um, yep, remastered by Bob Weston, audio file. But 5 all day long. It is awesome. Highly recommend. Another local band from the same area. There's more. I think they're more Northern Virginia, but Indian Summer. This is Cherry Smash. I think this was released after they broke up, possibly. This is a reissue from a couple. I guess it's a reissue of a release that came out after the fact. I guess I don't know. Mini LP or EP. I guess it's considered an EP. So five tracks. So members would later on to go on to I think it was they were in Clutch. They were in it was a down what was it called, Spiral Joy Band or whatever. I do have some other stuff that's pretty interesting drone stuff. I know Steve and some other people are Clutch fans. I never liked them. I saw them so many times. I really never liked them. But this is pretty good. So in the same kind of early emo vein, DC hardcore. Not as good as the Moss Icon. I'd be more of a four-ish on this one. Um, it's yeah. Unless you're like really into DC hardcore, you probably wouldn't appreciate this one as much. But it's still a pretty good album, one I will be keeping. Um, some revisits. Dronko Gumo, Old Punks. At some point in their history, he was the bassist for Les Rizeles Denudas. The album's definitely got some of that flavor to it. It's a little more structured than their stuff is typically, but it's got that sound for sure. Really good album. I picked this up last summer on Discogs. There might be some copies floating around. Probably doesn't get too crazy. But highly recommended if you like Les Rosales. A 4.5-ish on that. Excellent album. This one I still think you can get fairly cheap. I guess it would be pronounced Gizm in Japanese. So Japanese hardcore band. I love they actually glued the Obi. Oh, sorry, backwards on the video. Okay, but the Obi strips, the fake Obi strip, is actually glued because there's a swastika. Basically, they're just trying to be as offensive as possible as one of those bands. Excellent example, early Japanese hardcore. Pretty solid album. 4.5 all day long. Another excellent one. This is in the jazz vein. Anything on this label is awesome, actually. Junius Paul. Yeah. What would I call this? Free. Yeah, definitely a lot of it's free jazz. I think this is his only solo album. He has played with the most current lineup with Arts Ensemble of Chicago, Chicago Jazz. Um, some of the tracks have that little more of that kind of hip hoppy stuff that you expect out of UK, like Shaka Bell Hutchins, that sort of thing. So I believe, yeah, but this it gets pretty. Yeah, the opening track's pretty wild, and some of the other tracks are a little more tame, more of a like a soul jazz thing going on. But yeah, a lot of it. Yeah, knowing where you come from, it's yeah, not shocking. Um, yeah, very free jazzy for the most part. So maybe not for everyone, but there is something for everyone on this double LP. Pretty damn solid. This is one of my favorite albums from like a year or two ago when it came out. What was? Yeah, yeah. I think Micaiah McCraven's on here, but he's definitely played with Micaiah. Yep. Anyway, highly recommend that one. At least a 4.5. It kind of slides up and down depending on my mood, but at least a 4.5. Huggy Bear back with Bikini Kill. Really rough. I think this was their first album. Bikini Kill is pretty rough, and then yeah, Huggy Bear on this side. I prefer the Huggy Bear side, but the more recent reissues I think take off Huggy Bear and puts like some B-sides or something on the other side of Bikini Kill. I guess it's more marketable or something, I don't know. But I do prefer this side. One of the one of their better releases. Well, I don't know. They only had 3 releases. I don't know. But yeah, at least a 4 is pretty solid. If you can get this, they don't go for crazy money. Even in the split, it's just hard getting a hold of them. Another Annapolis. All 8, yeah. The first 2 out ones I showed you either like kind of the Annapolis all ages stuff. I was in high school or middle school or whatever. I'd go see these bands. Pretty solid. Kind of that early emo sound. Really good. I don't like the later emo sounds. I remember seeing Blink. Was it Blink 182 or what the hell they're called? I remember seeing them like playing like a high school stadium for free. Like that's all I remember them. They were crap. But yeah, these guys are good. Blank, pretty solid single there. Somewhere between 4 and 4.5. I got a bunch of their stuff. I saw them so many times. Fun band. Yep, Landline self-titled. Kind of modern post-punk. I think New Sam in the VC showed this at some point. That's where I picked it up. Yeah, I do enjoy this. A pretty solid 4 for me. I don't know. I think with more and more listens, it kind of gets a little old. Possibly. I don't know if it has staying power, but it's a good solid album. Yeah, like post punk, little poppy, and then this guy, basically what it looks like. So kind of punky post punk, more on the punky side of things. Political leaning. Falls somewhere in the that kind of Irish post-punk sound almost, but I think these guys are German. They got kind of little bit of the Anarcho punk sound, but a little bit more post-punky. I don't know, but I really like this album. It's been reissued a few times. It's still pretty affordable. So Diat, Positive Energy, I think comes with like a booklet or something. Yeah, that kind of political sounding stuff. This was a Vinyl Rich recommendation at some point or another. Institute, I think it's called Subordinates or something. Yeah, they have a few albums. This leans more heavily into the post-punk side of things. This is the limited gray vinyl. I'm pretty sure you can get these pretty reasonably. pretty solid album, 4.5 all day long. This one was kind of surprised me. I thought I was going to purge it, but no, I legit like it. UB40, little Bagariddim. I wouldn't go way out of my way to get it, but it does have a, I guess it's a little bit more than a 12-inch single because it's got like 6 tracks on it. Got a pretty cool, it's got 2 different versions of You Got Babe with Chrissy Hynde of all people. Yeah, so it's a pretty decent album for. Surprised me. This, I'm a little back and forth on this. This is the one I definitely get on CD just because the CD's got considerably more material in it. Replicants were a side project of Unwound, so it uses some of the original lineup. I think the original drummer, and I don't know if Vern's on here, but yeah, it's like 2 or 3 of the sometime members of Unwound, I'd say. But this leans more into the drone end of things, experimental. I think the vinyl was kind of an afterthought. Because when you look at the CD, like they didn't bother even printing like this properly, printing anything. It's just in a plain sleeve, and then they just tossed the CD in there, and then the CDs is like, basically this is on the CD, the comma, this is not on the vinyl, comma, this is on. It's like a third of the album's not on here. Maybe one of these days I'll replace this CD. It was kind of cool to have. But, 4-ish. It's enjoyable. If you like the more experimental end of Unwound, it's pretty much the same thing. This Mortal Coil, mix this up with a certain, I don't know, it was my last day of digging and I was kind of tired. I saw this, I overpaid for it in Japan. Double album, original UK press, really clean though. I like it, I don't absolutely love it, 4-ish. Kind of that avant-garde, 480 stuff. You know what it sounds like. More of the Cocteau Twins or whatever. It's in that vein. Actually, some of the members of Cocteau Twins are on there, I think. Mount Shasta, Noise Rock on Skin Graft Records. I'm pretty sure I saw them on this tour. Is right before they recorded with Space Streakings. They did that crossover album. Not an essential album, but it's pretty fun. This is my original copy. I got the beat up poster. It used to be on my dorm wall. They're a hell of a live band. Recordings, it's decent. 4. This one, again, something I bought around that time. Rip-Off's got a record, highly recommend. Garage Punk, 4.5-ish. It's like most of the guys from Superchargers, I believe. Excellent, lo-fi, whatever. This is actually a completely different Indian Summer. This is Indian Summer out of California. I think I bought this from directly. I don't know. But yeah, excellent. If you ever see this for cheap, pick it up. This goes for some money. I was looking at the Discogs for this. I think this was like a colored vinyl. Maybe not. Okay. It's like, I don't know what label this was on. It was they were distributed by K-Rex at one point. But yeah, kind of again that early emo-ish. Really good 7-inch. Highly recommend it if you see it for a reasonable price. 4.5 to 5 is in there. Japanese punk band, Frantic Stuffs, Last Wave. Good luck finding this one. I looked for a long time in Japan. I finally I can't remember if I saw this listed or I just lucked into it. But yes, the label says online used copy. So they listed it online, but I can't remember if I definitely was one of those ones I was always looking for. I just check under Fs all the time. But this is pretty good. I don't know if they're still around, but I definitely saw them live at least once. They're really good live. But yeah, they're in that kind of scene with the the radios and all that. That kind of they lean a little more punk than the Teen Generate stuff. But yeah, pretty good stuff. This was considering purging. I'm probably gonna hold on to it a little longer. Yeah, 4-ish. That gets you into the DC. So more of that bluesy based psych, I guess. Yeah, this is decent. This is getting purged. Herman's Hermits had a couple good tracks. Or a good cover of For Your Love and Bus Stop, but it's not good enough to hold on to. Yeah, this is just not my taste. I know fans don't care. Yeah, couldn't get all the way through it. So, very, very clean copy. Yeah, pretty minty actually. That's gonna go in the sell pile. Yeah, I think Sean gave this a while back, but I think it was one. Yeah, Michael Haggerty. I was gonna say I thought it was God, what was that band? They did Accelerator and Royal Trucks. I think yeah, it's one of the dudes from Royal Trucks. It's got its moments, but yeah, it's an album. I don't think it holds up, so I'm probably gonna yeah, three and a half ish, maybe 3.5. But yeah, right now I think it's gonna get purged. It's not one I feel like I'm gonna listen to again. I've listened to it a few times. It's gonna purge it. Again, not a bad album, just not my taste. Straubs from Witchwood, kind of a cool cover, but yeah, album itself, yeah, this one, just not my taste. Getting purged. Not a bad album, but getting purged. Then CDs, just trying to get through these quickly. This one's just not going to show up well on video, but yeah, Brain Bombs. There's like a picture of a dude on there. I think they're Scandinavian, but yeah, kind of noise rock with extremely offensive lyrics in English. Yeah, they're pretty much non-native speakers just trying to be really offensive in English. It's just yeah, if you're easily offended, probably don't listen to it. But yeah, it's like that. It's that four-way anal touch fight. It's in that vein, I guess. But yeah, it's fairly offensive in a funny way. Bush Tetras comp. The first disc is pretty decent. Yeah, I'd be like around a 4-ish on the first disc. Second disc, it just drops off. It's more like a 2.5. Second disc just reminds me of like kind of like a second-rate Concrete Blonde. I guess they must have either reformed or went completely different directions. I'd have to reread the booklet that came with it. There is a vinyl version, but I just couldn't justify the price for the vinyl version. I wanted the songs on the first disc. I guess, yeah, because I pretty much have to hunt down several albums to get everything on here, so it was just a cheaper way to get it. So, aggregate 3.5-ish, but yeah, the first disc is the only one I really wanted. Revisited this one. What's it called? Bat for Lashes. It was a blind buy. It was on Caroline Records. Didn't disappoint. Again, kind of in that Concrete Blonde vein that you'd expect from Caroline. Pretty solid album. Went a lot more pop on the later releases, but this one I really do like it. To stay in the collection. At least a 4 in there. Tried this as workout music. I think it's a little too sludgy, but yeah, copy of Stoner Witch. Yep, promo copy. One of their better Melvin albums for sure. You know it. Don't need to go into that. Excellent kind of modern psych. All or mostly instrumental Luminarians. Worth a stream at the very least. Very solid, at least a 4. Swirlies, kind of, yeah, noisy pop, I guess, with a punk edge. Yeah, I like this one. Probably not their best album. I don't know if someone told me, but yeah, I enjoy it a lot. probably wouldn't go way out of my way to get the vinyl. Yep, and then yeah, this one someone gave to me a while back. I have the album on vinyl. This is the yeah, the Lost 77 mix was supposed to be the better sounding one. So I bought the 77 mix vinyl, but didn't have the bonus material. So the bonus material has like some Ramones tracks and stuff like that. It's actually pretty good. Would I go out of my way to get? I think there is a vinyl version with both, but yeah, I think you can get the CD fairly cheap, so it might be the way to do it if you just want to hear the bonus tracks. I'm pretty sure it's on Spotify. But excellent 2-discer there. Highly recommend it. More Purgy stuff. I got all this green tape on the Purgy stuff. Yeah, it just didn't hold up, Enigma. Sounds very dated. And this one, yeah, I think it was a thrift find. It was kind of like, it's like, yeah, for $1, I'd revisit it. It does actually have a few good tracks on here, but yeah, I just feel like I could stream this. It's just not something I'd listen to enough, so I'm gonna cut it there. Decent album, just not something I see myself listening to. Yep, so take care, guys, and yep, enjoy the improving weather.